Most men think they're stuck in habits, stuck in cycles, stuck in a version of themselves they can't seem to escape. But they're not stuck. They're choosing, quietly, repeatedly, and often unconsciously. Because every situation requires a decision, not 10 options, not endless paths. 3. God, fear, or the fence. And most men, they live on the fence. They call it neutral. They call it rest. They call it just this once. But it isn't neutral. The fence belongs to the enemy. Because the fence delays action. It weakens conviction. It keeps you just close enough to truth without ever committing to it. And that's where lust lives. Not always in the act, but in the hesitation before it. The moment where you don't say no, but you don't walk away either. That space is where you lose. The same is true for laziness. It doesn't begin with refusal. It begins with delay. I'll do it later. I don't feel ready. I just need a break. And before you realize it, you've chosen comfort again. And fear works the same way. It doesn't always stop you outright. It whispers. It slows you down. It makes you hesitate. It convinces you that standing still is safe. But it isn't safe. It's surrender. And Scripture is clear. In James it says, "Anyone then who knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it sins." Not just doing wrong, but refusing to act when you know what is right. That's the fence. That's the danger. Because you already know. You know when to turn away. You know when to get up. You know when to act. But knowing is not choosing. And until you choose, nothing changes. Even the Stoics saw this clearly. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the real issue. Not your circumstances, not your environment, yourself. Because if your impulses control you, you are not free. You are managed. And that's why the battle feels constant, because it is. Every day you are being pulled toward discipline or toward comfort, toward truth or toward escape, toward God or toward yourself. And the pull doesn't go away, but you were never called to remove the pull. You were called to respond to it. In 1 Corinthians it says, "God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out." Read that carefully. A way out, not an automatic escape, which means you still have to choose it. That's where most men fail. They wait for strength instead of acting in it. But strength is not something you feel first. It's something you prove in the moment, when it's hardest, when no one is watching, when the easier option is right in front of you. That's the weight room. Not a place where life pauses, but a place where decisions repeat over and over and over again. And every decision is shaping you. As James Clear writes, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So understand this. You are not becoming someone later. You are becoming someone now. With every hesitation, with every delay, with every compromise, or with every act of discipline. Every time you turn away, every time you get up, every time you choose what is right without being forced to. That's how victory is built, not in one moment, but in thousands of small ones. And Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The struggle is not blocking you, it is forming you. Lust, laziness, fear, they are not random, they are pressure. And pressure reveals who you are choosing to be. So stop saying you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're undecided. And indecision is a decision. So decide. Not emotionally, not occasionally, but consistently. Choose God when it's inconvenient. Choose discipline when it's uncomfortable. Choose action when it would be easier to wait. Because the fence is not safe, and fear is not neutral. Only one path leads to life, and it is chosen again and again and again, until one day you don't recognize the man who used to hesitate.